Hey guys, here we go. So, the V in RAVE, in the RAVE diet and lifestyle, stands for no vegetable oils. Strictly speaking, vegetable oils are part of the refined foods group because they contain no fiber, they're devoid of nutrients, and they're 100% fat. Although I say vegetable oils because these are what are mostly consumed, I mean any oils. For example, nut oils, coconut oil, etc. Vegetable oils constitute a whopping 11% of the calories Americans consume. Putting 2 tablespoons of oil in your salad has the fat equivalent of 2 scoops of ice cream. From a weight loss perspective, eliminating vegetable oils is very easy and healthy way to cut calories. See the RAVE diet guidelines, cooking without oil. There are other problems with vegetable oils, however. These oils contain high levels of saturated fat, which is essentially cholesterol in disguise because it stimulates your liver to make more cholesterol than your body needs and ends up clogging arteries. In fact, adding any oil to your food will raise your cholesterol level even more than eating cholesterol itself. Hydrogenated vegetable oils, which are trans fats, are particularly efficient at clogging arteries and depriving your body of oxygen. These oils are found in all kinds of refined foods such as chips, cookies, crackers, cereals, breakfast bars, and other baked goods. Every time you eat a bag of cookies, it's no different than biting into a piece of meat. In packaged goods, look for the word hydrogenated in the ingredients list and put it back on the shelf. And any food that's deep fried, such as fast food, French fries, or donuts, will contain these artery clogging oils. Many commercial brands of peanut butter will also use hydrogenated oils. If you like nut butters, grind your own at a health food store. Hydrogenated oils are the glue that holds refined carbohydrates together in order to increase their shelf life. In fact, the healthy amount of trans fats in your diet should be exactly 0. Ingredients used for longer shelf lives in food translate into longer illnesses and a shorter shelf life for you. Fried animal foods, such as fried chicken, are probably the most dangerous foods in existence because they combine high levels of saturated fat and cholesterol with high levels of oil. In other words, your blood vessels are getting a triple whammy when you eat fried animal foods. Even seemingly innocent foods, such as movie popcorn, are dangerous as they are usually popped in coconut or palm oil, both of which are extremely high in saturated fat. The current rage among some health authorities is olive oil. It's ironic that our health authorities are advising an overweight nation to eat the most concentrated form of fat on the planet, which packs more calories pound for pound than butter. The basic reason, presumably, is that they are trying to move people away from margarine, although these same authorities, for example, the American Heart Association and virtually all major health experts, were praising margarine just a few decades ago and quoting studies purporting to show margarine containing hydrogenated oils was heart healthy. Although olive oil is healthier than butter or margarine, that's not saying much. It's probably the worst way to get heart healthy fats because there's almost no nutritional bang for the calorie buck. In fact, olive and other oils are so nutritionally bankrupt that Joel Furman, MD, gives oils a score of 1 out of 100, just above refined sweets, which score 0. Olive oil is 100% fat and contains high concentrations of saturated fat, while the fiber, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals of the olive itself have been stripped away. In clinical studies on humans, olive oil has been shown to be as bad for the heart as eating roast beef. In other studies, it has been found that monounsaturated fat, although showing higher HDL and lower LDL levels, resulted in just as much coronary disease as saturated fat. Using the brachial artery tourniquet test, It was found that olive oil constricted blood flow by a whopping 31%. Why is this important? Because when arteries constrict, the endothelium, which is the artery's lining, is injured, triggering plaque buildup or atherosclerosis, which is heart disease. In addition, the omega-3s in vegetable oils are highly unstable and tend to decompose and unleash free radicals that cause damage to cells. Vegetable oils that have also been implicated in several different studies with cancers and polyunsaturated fat turn out to be the strongest promoter of skin cancers of all the foodstuffs we eat. Vegetable oils also suppress the immune system and actually promote the spread of some cancers. Simply put, olive and other oils are bankrupt foods that have little nutritional value, a very high caloric cost, and actually do damage to your body. If you're after the good fat in olives, get it from the olives themselves, not the denatured oil. Some highly questionable studies claim to show a slower progression of heart disease when people consume olive oil, but having a slower progression of heart disease hardly makes the case that olive oil is heart healthy, assuming such a causal relationship exists in the first place. Other studies have shown it is not the olive oil at all, but the high fiber content in a traditional Mediterranean type diet that accounts for the lower rates of heart disease. A diet is not heart healthy unless it arrests and reverses heart disease, and only a whole plant-based diet, which specifically excludes all oils, has been proven to do that. Adding oils to such a diet only impairs its effectiveness. The model for the Mediterranean diet harks back to the 1950s and before, when people, especially in the island of Crete, were virtually free of heart disease despite their indulgence in olive oil. This was not because of the olive oil, but because they ate primarily vegetables and whole grains, a little fish, and got lots of exercise. Today, their consumption of olive oil has remained the same, if not increased, but their consumption of whole plant foods has plummeted, as has their exercise. As a result, heart disease and obesity have skyrocketed. Olive oil has nothing to do with preventing heart disease, and clinical studies have shown that it actually promotes arterial lesions. It's just another magic bullet that is a big, fat fantasy promoted by the olive oil industry, determined to get high levels of fat back into our diets. When T. Colin Campbell, the author of the China study, was asked what the difference was between the Mediterranean diet and diets in rural China, where heart disease is practically non-existent, he replied, "I would say the absence of oil in the rural Chinese diet is the reason for their superior success." The leading health authorities in reversing heart disease with diet, including Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, Dr. Joel Furman, and Dr. John McDougall, and Dr. Dean Ornish, all agree that vegetable oils should be excluded from a heart-healthy diet. These doctors actually reverse heart disease as opposed to those who just talk about it or promote the greasy stuff because of financial ties to the olive oil industry. In fact, there has not been a single case of heart disease arrest or reversal where any vegetable oil was part of the diet. So if olive oil is so heart healthy, why would doctors who reverse heart disease specifically exclude it? Because they consider vegetable oils to be heart dangerous, and so should you. In a nutshell, here's the argument against oils. All dietary fats, be they animal or plant fats of all kinds, at levels above 20% of total calories, cause heart disease. This has been demonstrated in many clinical tests. In order to prevent heart disease, you have to reduce your overall fat intake. A diet of 100% whole plant foods is as heart healthy as you can get. Why introduce a highly concentrated form of fat, such as vegetable oil, that will surely bring your fat intake level into an unsafe zone? Oils should be put in vehicles and machinery, not your body. In fact, the original use of canola oil was to lubricate machinery. Then someone came up with the bright idea that people might actually eat it. Flaxseed oil is commonly used as a thinner in paints and varnishes, and when consumed in high quantities, can hamper the blood's ability to clot. Instead of using vegetable oils for cooking, cook at lower temperatures and use water to make your own broth, or use the substitutes that he lists below. You'll be surprised at how well they work, and with a little practice, you'll soon find you prefer the cleaner taste. It's like the difference between eating peaches and heavy syrup and eating fresh peaches right off the tree. Once you stop using oils, you will be able to taste the difference and you'll never go back. So oil substitutes for sauteing include apple juice, sherry, vegetable stock, vinegars, wine, or beer, which I don't agree with, but anyway. Oil substitutes in baked goods: applesauce, pureed bananas, pureed stewed prunes. For salads, choose a dressing without oil or a vinegar-based dressing such as a balsamic or brown rice seasoned vinegar dressing. Or try citrus juices in place of salad dressing. If you don't like the taste of vinegar dressings, try mixing them with a tomato-based sauce to make your own dressing. See RAVE Diet Guidelines, Salad Dressings Without Oil. Many people have started off with this diet and could not stand the taste of vinegar, but now prefer it because their tastes have changed. Your tastes will change too if you give this a chance. Boom.